We'll start with the starting lineup for the Union Blue. Leading off, playing right field, number 4, Kessler. Playing first base, number 16, Kettle. The designated player, number 9, Rasmussen. Playing third base, number 11, Paris. Center fielder, number 6, O'Lean. Your pitcher, number 1, Moynier. Your catcher, number 3, Duncan. Playing shortstop, number 14, Barney. Playing left field, number 12, Mika. And your second baseman, number 2, Kessler. Now for the Wildcats. Leading off, number 3, the shortstop, Mariah Bowen. Batting second, number 7, playing center field, Malia Olson. Batting third, the catcher, number 2, Brindley Stapleton. Batting fourth, number 10, first baseman, Emma Brockett. Batting fifth, number 18, third baseman, Javian Clay. Batting sixth, number 9, second baseman, Adeline Eight. Batting seventh, number 12, the pitcher, Jocelyn Lowder. Batting eighth, designated player, number 14, Kiana Giardo. And batting ninth, number 5, Sarah Duke, playing right field. We also have number 8, Sydney Crystal, is our flex player.
Welcome, everyone, to today's Wildcat production of the Union Cougars taking on the South Summit Wildcats here in this beautiful day in Camas. The Wildcats have just taken the field. We have at shortstop Mariah Bowen, center field Malia Olson, catcher Brindley Stapleton, first base Emma Broadbent, third base Javian Clegg, second base Addie Aist, pitcher Toshlin Lowder. Designated player today will be Kiana Girardo. In right field, Sarah Duke. And in left field, we have Sydney Crystal. Wildcats coached by Coach Cody Bowen. We'll announce the Union starters once they take the field. It's got to be about 60 degrees and sunny here in Camas. A beautiful day for March, that's for sure. We'll take these any and every day we can. The wind is actually blowing out towards center field, so that's a good sign for the batters. Not such a good sign for the pitchers, but we'll see what happens. So we'll get underway in about a minute or so here. Thanks for joining us. Home plate umpire is Michael Levitt, and in the field is Mike Daydonna. Michael Levitt takes this very seriously. We're very glad to have someone of his caliber here umping these games in South Summit. Up first for the Cougars is the right fielder, number 4, Char Kessler. She puts a little half swing on, trying to put the ball in play and speed down to first base, and hits it foul for strike 1. Javian Clegg, the third baseman, creeps in a little bit. There's a little line drive right off the pitcher's glove, then bobbled by Bowen as she wasn't expecting that one to come her way. That's a base hit off the pitcher, right up the middle. That puts a runner on for the Cougars. Up next will be the first baseman, Caden Kettle. Kettle swings and hits it foul. Down the third base side. Strike one. So 3 pitches so far from Louder, and Cougars got the bat on the ball all 3 times. Make that 4. Another foul ball. Strike 2. Kettle now behind in the count. Trying to do her job of advancing the leadoff runner. Kessler, who probably has some speed. That's why she's batting first. That's a pop fly into left field, and it looks like Sydney Crystal gets under that for the first out of the inning. Runner holds on first. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, the designated player, Molly Rasmussen. Still a runner on first. That ball's up high for ball 1. That pitch is fouled off for strike 1. Little blooper right back to the pitcher. Toshlin bobbles it. It's a fair ball. She's going to throw the runner out at second base. Good heads-up play by Louder. Could have been worse, but she made something happen out of that one. As Kessler gets thrown out at the force out at second. Rasmussen now safely aboard on first base. That'll bring up the number 4 hitter, number 11, Paisley Parrish, the third baseman. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Try. Hard line drive right off the glove of Javian Clegg. Ball goes into the outfield. It's going to be a base hit. Can't really call that one an error. That was hit way too hard to be called an error. So Cougars threatening to score here. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. That brings up the center fielder, Teddy Oline. Teddy awaits the pitch. Swung on. Foul ball. Strike 1. So far, the Cougar bats all over Louder's pitching. Wildcats going to have to play some defense here. Up high, ball 1. Line drive over the second base side. It's going to bring home a run with a base hit for Teddy Oline, the center fielder, and an RBI as Molly Rasmussen comes around to score. Now Parrish standing on second, Oline on first, still 2 outs. The pitcher, Haley Monet, up to bat. Up high, ball 1. Ball 2. Swung on, out of play. Ooh, into the bleachers. Strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 runners on, 1-0 ball game here in the top of the first inning. With the pitcher, Haley Moyner, up to bat. That's a little high, ball 3. So Haley looking for one pitch in one spot here. Like to add to her cause and get an RBI single out of this at bat. Let's see what Louder can bring her. Good pitch. It's going to be a blooper right over the shortstop's head. It's a base hit. Base is now loaded as Sydney Crystal throws that one into home plate. So now up to bat for the Cougars is Callie Duncan, the catcher. Callie's talking it over with her coach, Eva Taylor, coach for the Union Cougars. Foul ball. Out of play on the left field side. So 7 batters up, and they've all put the ball in play. There's a grounder right to the third baseman, Javian Clegg, who fires over to first base to get the force out to end the inning before more damage is done. But it is now a 1-0 ball game as we move into the bottom of the first. As the Cougars are on the field, let's go through their defensive positions. At catcher, Callie Duncan, number 3. At pitcher, Haley Moyner, number 1. At first base, Caden Kettle, number 16. Second base, Drew Kessler, number 2. At third base is Paisley Parrish, number 11. Shortstop, Peyton Barney, number 14. In center field, Teddy Oline, number 6. In left field, Kyrie Meacham, number 12. And in right field, we have Char Kessler, number 4.
Number 3, Mariah Bowen.
Up first for the Wildcats will be the shortstop, senior Mariah Bowen, with her team down 1-0 in the bottom of this first inning. That ball's right over the outside corner for strike 1. Cougars did a good job putting the ball in play in that top of that first. Let's see what the Wildcats offense can do. Little outside, ball 1. Up high, ball 2. Pitcher Haley Moyner has a little zip on her pitches. See if she can keep them under control. Nothing the senior Mariah Bowen can't handle. A swing and a miss. Strike 2. Bowen fouls that one off. Finally gets a piece and catches up. Full count. Oh, sorry. 2-2 count. Up high. Now we're at a full count. So fans keep rolling in here on this beautiful day in Camas. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on. Foul territory. Bowen staying alive. Another foul ball floating towards the left side, just out of play, as the third baseman, Paisley Parrish, trying to find that one, but it just goes over the fence. Good at bat so far for Bowen. As she pops that one up to the left side, shortstop goes up back, drops the ball off her glove. Bowen shooting for second. That'll be an error on the shortstop, Peyton Barney. And a leadoff base runner for the Wildcats is Bowen standing on second base with no outs, bringing up the senior center fielder, Malia Olson. As Malia awaits the pitch. A little high, ball one. Ball two. Olson's got a count she likes right now. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner on second base. Coach telling her to find one she likes. That's not it. Just over the outside corner for strike one. Would have been a tough pitch to put in play. Outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to the center fielder. She steps back into the box. Here's the pitch from Haley. Outside, ball 4. So Wildcats quickly with 2 runners on with no outs. That'll bring up the senior catcher, number 6, Brinley Stapleton. Stapleton takes ball 1. Inside, ball 2. Right over the middle, strike 1. Oh, Brinley chasing that one high and out of the zone. She wanted it though. Swung hard. Might have been a hit and run on there. Evens up the count, 2-2. Just outside. Catcher trying to frame that one. Didn't work. Very experienced home plate umpire in Michael Levitt joining us here today. Stapleton hits a line drive to the center fielder over her glove. Here comes Bowen around third. She's going to score. Olson is going to stop at third base, and Stapleton with a stand-up line drive double to the fence puts the Wildcats on the board, now tied 1-1. That'll bring up the first baseman, senior number 10, all-time rebound record holder for the state of Utah, Emma Broadbent. The umpire catches his bearings. Wildcats with runners on second and third. First base open, no outs. That's going to be called strike 1 right over the outside corner. Broadbent, the lefty. She's got some power. With the wind blowing the way it was, it's not blowing now. A little outside. Throw back to third base, trying to catch Malia Olson napping, but she's too quick. Safely dives into third. Here's the pitch from Haley, up high. 2 balls and a strike to the senior Broadbent. Fouls that one off. Strike two. So the Wildcat offense comes out swinging. That's going to be popped up to the pitcher. Third baseman calls her off. And that's the first out of the inning as Paisley Parrish gets underneath that one. That'll send up to the plate the third baseman, junior, number 18, Javian Clegg. Javian with a big defensive play to end that top of that first inning when Cougars were threatening to score with bases loaded as she guns it over to first base. Let's see if she can help her team out with the bat here. She takes strike one over the inside corner. Just inside, ball one. Oh, ball thrown. Looks like it hit Javian, who was outside the box. No call going on there. Javian hits a little grounder to the first baseman. It's going to score a run. And she almost beats the tag. Unable to, though. But she gets the job done. Hitting a little slow roller down the first base line. That'll score Malia Olson. Wildcats put up their second run of the inning. Moves the speed-up runner who came in for Stapleton. Not sure who that is. Might be Rylel Louder. And that'll bring up Addie Aist to the plate, the second baseman, junior, number 9. Aist chases a high one for strike two. Moyner trying to pitch her way out of this jam, and she does as she gets Ace to chase another high pitch out of the zone, strike three. But the Wildcats put up two, leave one stranded, score now 2-1 as we move into the top of the second inning. As we start this second inning here, looks like the shortstop, Peyton Barney, number 14, will come to the plate for the Cougars. Toshlin Louder on the mound. Here's the delivery. Just inside, ball one. Up high, ball two. There's a hard hit foul ball left of the third baseman, Javian Clegg, for strike one. Two balls and a strike to Barney. Hard hit down the left field line, just foul. Strike two. Called over the inside corner. Strike 3. The first K for Louder. That'll bring up the left fielder, number 12, Kyrie Meacham.
Now batting number 12, Meacham.
She tries to do a little slap bunt there. Goes over the plate for strike 1. Infield's in. They're basically in front of the pitcher. There it is. Foul ball as Stapleton grabs that ball off the plate and fires down to first base. Foul ball, though. Strike 2. Love watching Brindley Stapleton catch. She's very, very good at what she does. Such an important position on the field. Slap goes right back to the second baseman, Ace, who fires over to first to Broadbent for the first out of the inning. As Ace in good defensive position. That'll bring up the top of the order for Union. Right fielder Char Kessler, the lefty, comes back to the plate. She does a little slap to the left side. Bowen fields it and fires down. What a stretch from Emma Broadbent. She stretched about 5 yards, it seemed like, on that one to nail out the speedy Kessler for the third out of the inning as we move on to the bottom of the second. Toshlin Louder, the pitcher, will start off the inning here for the Wildcats. As she takes strike 1 right over the middle of the plate. Fouls that one off, strike 2. Called. Strike 3 right over the inside corner.
Now batting number 14, Kiana Gerardo.
That'll bring up the designated player, Kiana Girardo. Kiana Jr. takes strike 1. 4 straight pitches from Moiner, all strikes. Strike 2. Gerardo watches that one cross the middle of the plate. Now behind in the count, 0-2. Needs to protect. Moiner throws the heat. Strike 3 as back-to-back Ks for the pitcher, Haley Moiner. That'll bring up the right fielder,
Number 5,
Sarah Duke. I believe Sarah is just a sophomore. A little late on that, strike 1. Moiter bringing the heat this inning. Pounding that zone. 7 straight strikes, make that 8. One more, we'll call that an efficient inning. Duke awaits with the changeup just high. Fans wanting that call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Duke puts into play, ground ball to the second baseman, Drew Kessler, who fires over to first base for the final out of the inning. Very efficient for the Cougars as we move to the third inning. We'll be back in a moment. All right, as we start this third inning off, it looks like we're going to have number 16, the first baseman, Caden Kettle, batting for the Cougars. Her team behind the Wildcats by 1 run. Louder gets the sign, and here's the pitch inside for ball 1. That's a hard hit ball. It's going to be over the left fielder's head, if not off the fence. Sydney Crystal plays that one off the fence, throws it in. Stand up double there for Caden Kettle, the first baseman.
Now batting number 9, Rasmussen.
Cougars with a leadoff base runner standing on second with no outs. Their designated player, number 9, Molly Rasmussen, steps up to the plate. Molly, the number 3 hitter, looking to swing away here, and she does. Ground ball, just foul, left side. Strike 1. Molly steps back into the box. Here's the pitch. Squares up to bunt. Oh, almost caught. Bobbled a little bit, but still able to make the out is Javian Clegg. As she almost caught that bunt, just bounced off her glove onto the turf, picks it up and fires away to first base. But Molly Rasmussen does her job, moves the runner to third base with only 1 out. That'll bring up the third baseman, Paisley Parrish. Looking to tie this one up with a hit to the right side. Just inside, ball 1. Stapleton unable to corral that one, but she keeps it in front. Something she does very well is not allow pass balls. That's a little high, ball 2. So Parrish likes where she stands in a 2-0 count. Make that 3-0. We'll see if her coach gives her the take sign here or swing away and try and score the run. Probably what I'd do, especially with your number 4 hitter. No, she has the take. That's why I'm not the coach. Strike 1. There's a line drive base hit right up the middle. It's going to go to the fence past the center fielder. Olson's going to pick up and fire towards second. Hits the cutoff ace into Bowen. And there's a stand-up RBI double for the third baseman. Paisley Parrish ties this game up 2-2.
Number 6, O'Lean.
That'll bring up the center fielder, Teddy O'Lean. With 1 out and a runner on second. That's a fly ball. It's going to go deep over the fence. Actually, that's a home run as that wind just blowing in that direction, enough to lift the center fielder's pop swing right there over the fence for a 2-run shot. Cougars now up 4-2. The wind usually isn't blowing out like this on this field. Definitely a hitter's advantage when it does. That'll bring up the pitcher, number 1, Haley Moyner. Wildcats now in a hole. Up high, ball 1. Swung on, foul ball, strike 1. Moyner awaits the pitch, 1-1 count. Up high, ball 2. Inside, ball 3. Is that mine? Ball 4. Moyner takes first base. Still 1 out. That'll bring up the catcher, Kelly Duncan, as Coach Ashley Clegg takes a visit to the mound, talk to her pitcher. And Coach Taylor meeting with her offense at the same time, trying to squeeze a couple more runs out of this inning if she can. Coach Clegg's been doing this for a long time. Hopefully she calmed Toshlin down a little bit out there and the Wildcats can get things back under control. Union doing a great job of putting the bat on the ball here early in this game. There's the pitch from Louder. There's a throw from Stapleton, a little high. A little unusual for her. That ball kind of slipped out of her hand. Normally she would have gunned that runner out, Moyner. But now the Cougars with a runner on second base. Here's the pitch from Louder. Swung on, foul ball just outside the third base side. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Good block there by Stapleton as Louder throws the change up just inside. Kind of low. The catcher Duncan awaits. Swung on. That's a line drive. Going to be in fair territory. Nope. Just foul, I guess. Can't see from over here, but the runner coming back tells us that's a foul ball. It's a good swing by the catcher Duncan. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Up high, ball 3. That's a foul ball, staying alive. Count remains full. Another foul ball down the left side. These Union batters are ahead of the pitcher Louder. That's why she's getting a lot of foul balls to the left side. That ball is another one. Line drive just left of the third baseman, Clegg. There's a changeup, ball 4. Cougars with 2 runners on. That'll bring up the shortstop, Peyton Barney. Getting some instruction from her coach. Bless you. Swung on and missed, strike 1. There's a little blooper line drive to the third baseman, Clegg. Makes the second out of the inning. Runners hold. And that'll bring up the number 9 batter, left fielder, Kyrie Meekum. It's like Meekum's going back to the dugout. Might be a substitution here. And yes, there is a substitution. Looks like number 20, Elise Burgess, coming to the plate.
Now batting number 20, Burgess.
Coach Taylor making some substitutions early, trying to squeeze another run out of this inning. And Taylor fouls that one off to the right side for strike 1. Good swing there from Taylor. Grounder right back to the pitcher, off Louder, who picks it up and throws Burgess out at first base for the final out of the inning, but not before the damage is done with the 2-run home run from center fielder Teddy Oline to put the Cougars up 4-2. All right. Leading off here in the bottom of the third inning, Wildcats back to the top of their order as the shortstop, number 3, senior captain Mariah Bowen, comes to the plate. Wildcats need a couple of runs to tie this one up. Here's the pitcher from Moyner. Foul ball, strike 1. Boy, that second inning, Moyner came out and pounded the zone with about 9 of 10 pitches being strikes. Starts off with a strike here in the third inning. Another one. Moyner finding her groove. Wildcats are going to have to catch up to this speed. Put some balls in play to score some runs if she's going to be throwing strikes like that. Bowen behind, 0-2. Change up. Mariah doing a good job getting her bat on that ball. A lot of adjustment when you're going from the fastball to the changeup. Still 0-2. Up high, ball 1. Down low in the turf, ball 2. Up high, ball 3. So quickly, 3 balls on Bowen. Takes it to a full count. Here's the payoff pitch from Moyner. Swung on, foul ball. Bowen, a very disciplined hitter. Up high, ball 4. As Bowen behind in the count. Takes 4 balls to get on first base. Just what the Wildcats needed. A leadoff runner with no outs. That'll bring up the center fielder, number 2 hitter, Malia Olson. Malia walked her first at bat. Takes down low, ball 1. A lot of speed between Bowen and Olson here for the Wildcats. Outside, ball 2. Called that one strike. Make that 1-1. There's ball 2. Malia squaring up like she was going to bunt that and pulls back. Gets her sign from Coach Bowen. Here's the pitch from Moyner. Oh, right over the middle, strike 2. Two and 2. Olson, swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll bring up the catcher, Brinley Stapleton. Last game here on this field, she hit a home run. Wildcats could use that right now to tie up the game. Up high, ball 1. Mariah getting a good lead down there on first base, tempting the catcher, Callie Duncan, to throw down almost every time it's in her glove. He throws that one down. It's a bobbled ball off the first baseman, but good job by the second baseman, Drew Kessler, to be there to back that throw up. 1 ball, 1 strike to Stapleton. Foul ball. Strike 2. Big swing by Brinley. Changeup gets her. Unable to adjust to the speed on that pitch as Stapleton goes down on strikes. That's the 4th strikeout of the game for Moyner. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 10, Emma Broadbent. Emma takes outside for ball 1. Foul ball. Bowen still standing on first base. Reached on a walk. Big hit from Broadbent. It's going to be a single as she hits it right off the second baseman's glove. Tough one to field. Wildcats now with runners on first and second. Bowen on second, Broadbent on first. It'll bring up the third baseman, junior, Javian Clegg, who's batting 5th. Wildcats looking for a hit to the right side of the field, score a run. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Moyner continues to pound this zone. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Clegg fouls that one off. Stays alive. Still 0-2 count. Called. Strike 3 right down the middle. As the Wildcats leave 2 stranded, Clegg goes down on strikes. Wildcats still down 4-2 as we move into the 4th inning. As we start this 4th inning off, it looks like the Union Cougars are back to the top of their order. Right fielder Char Kessler will step up to the plate. Outside, ball 1. Kessler, I believe, has tried 2 slap hits in her first 2 at-bats. As the infield moves in, and she slaps that one for sure right over past everyone. It's going to slap all the way to the fence as she's going to round second, heading to third. I wouldn't be surprised if they send her. They do. There's going to be a play at the plate, and she is safe with a slap. Base hit turned into a home run as the Wildcat defense just not in the right spot. Not much they can do there. Inside the Parker for Char Kessler. Speed kills. She proved it right there. That'll bring up the first baseman, Caden Kettle. And there's a little blooper to Bowen for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the designated player, number 9, Molly Rasmussen, with 1 out. Ball 2. There's a hard ground ball over to third baseman Clegg. Fires over to first for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the third baseman, Paisley Parrish. Change up down low in the turf, ball 1. Swung on and missed, strike 1. What a hard hit ball to the hot corner as Clegg unable to put a glove on that one. That's a base hit for Parrish. I believe Parrish was standing on first base last time O'Lean came up to the plate when she hit a 2-run home run over the center field fence. Here's the pitch from Louder. Outside, ball 1. Foul ball, strike one. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Aline. It's going to hit a base hit right between the third baseman and shortstop. Good adjustment holding on that changeup pitch from Louder. Cougars now with runners on first and second. That'll bring up the pitcher, Haley Moyner. Already has a 3-run lead, trying to add to it. Here's the pitch from Louder. Up high, ball 1. Foul ball. One and one pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Cougars up 5-2. The pitcher, Haley Moyner, trying to add some offense on. Let's see what Louder has to say. She says swing and a miss. Have a seat as Louder strikes her out. We'll move into the bottom of the 4th. Be back in a moment. All right, Wildcats down by 3 runs. Their second baseman, junior Addie Ace, steps up to the plate. Wildcats need some offense as Moyner's been pounding the zone with some zip. That one's just inside, ball 1. Down low, ball 2. Swung on, foul ball. 2 balls and a strike to Ace. Popped up to the right side, first baseman Caden Kettle over there to make the play in foul territory, right in front of her dugout for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the pitcher, senior Toshlin Louder. Louder gets a hold of that one, deep left field. It's going to drop. Fair ball. Louder rounds first, stands up into second base. That ball still hasn't come into the infield. Louder with a stand-up double, just what her team needs. With 1 down, that'll bring up the designated player, Kiana Giardo. Kiana in there for her offense, and that's what her team needs right now. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Kiana chasing one up above her helmet. Wouldn't be surprised to see another high pitch here. We do, and she chases it. Strike two. Usually if a pitcher sees a batter chase a high one, they're not afraid to throw him another one. 0-2 to the junior Gerardo. And that ball's pass ball. That's going to put Tashlin Louder over on third base. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kiana. Right over, just inside the plate. That was a close one for sure. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouls that one off. Nice little change up from Moiner. Wildcats need this run standing over there on third base. Giardo chases another high one. Strike 3. That'll bring up the sophomore right fielder, Sarah Duke, who I believed grounded to second base and was safe in her first at bat. Strike 1. Fouls that one off. Strike 2. 0-2 count with 2 outs, runner on third. Moiner trying to pitch her way out of this little jam. Wildcats looking for a run. And Duke goes down swinging. Strike 3. Wildcats leave 1 stranded on third. Still down 5-2 as we move in to the 5th inning. Cougars send up their catcher, Callie Duncan, to the plate to lead off here in the top of this 5th inning. Up by 3 runs still. Bats have been all over Louder's pitching. And there's a foul ball off her foot. Strike 1. Line drive right up the middle as Olsen fields that one off 1 hop. Base hit there for Duncan. Duncan will have a speed up runner. Bringing up to the plate the shortstop, Peyton Barney. Up high. Ball 1. Big lead there by that speed up runner. I can't quite see her number. Looks like 20-something. Probably 21. Gracie Avila. There's a deep shot going back to the fence. Off 1 hop into the fence as Sydney Crystal picks that one up. Fires into Bowen. A single. Back-to-back singles for Duncan and Barney. That'll bring up the left fielder, Kyrie Meekum. as Clegg takes another visit out to the mound. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change here. Is that Javian Clegg that went in? Javian Clegg's going to take the mound, so we'll be back in a moment once she warms up. All right, Kyrie Meekum, the left fielder, up to the plate, squares up to bunt as Clegg throws ball one down in the turf. Good stop there by Stapleton. Cougars with runners on first and second, no outs, up by 3 runs, looking to score some more. She squares that one a little bit too much, going to be strike one. Just outside. Two balls, one strike. Fouls that one off. 2-2. Switches from the left side to the right side. You don't see that too often by offensive hitters. Obviously, number 12, Kyrie Meekum, has that in her repertoire as she takes ball 2. As Levitt checks to his field umpire to make sure she didn't go on that one. Sorry, that's ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Up high, ball 4. So Clegg comes in on a tough spot, gives up a leadoff walk to her first batter. Base is now loaded. That gets the Cougars back to the top of their order with no outs. Base is loaded. Kessler, her last at bat, hit a slap home run to the fence as she takes strike 1. Foul ball, strike 2. Kessler reminds me a lot of alumni Natalie Nichols. Used to do that slap really well. Infield comes in, she'd make him play. She slapped that one right to the center fielder. Olsen makes the play for the first out of the inning, fires into home just in case the runner Duncan decided to go. Sorry, it's not Duncan. Duncan has a speed-up runner, but it's where she would be. That'll bring up number 16, the first baseman, Caden Kettle. Foul ball, strike 1. High fly ball to the left side, under the is Crystal. Makes the out, fires in, but an RBI sacrifice fly there for Kettle. As the Cougars get another run across. As number 21, the speed-up runner Gracie Avila crosses home plate. That'll bring up the designated player Molly Rasmussen. Called strike one. Foul ball, strike two. So, no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on here in the top of the 5th inning. And Rasmussen gets a changeup from Clegg. She grounds it just past the outreach hands of Bowen, and that's going to score another run. Runners now on second and third. And that'll bring up the third baseman, number 11, Paisley Parrish. Up high, ball one. Foul ball, out of play, strike one. Here's the pitch from Clegg, swung on, ground ball to the left side. Bowen outstretches, makes the play, fires to first base, and gets the final out of the inning. Da-na-na from Bowen there on that one. But the Cougars put up 2 more runs, now up 7-2 as we move into the bottom of the 5th inning. Shortstop Mariah Bowen will lead off here in the bottom of the 5th for the Wildcats as she faces Haley Moyner, who's been nothing but short of excellent here in this game. Bowen hits a little blooper to the shortstop, makes the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the center fielder, Malia Olson. Strike one right over the outside corner. Up high, ball. Word on the street is this pitcher, Haley Moyner, has been averaging about 2 strikeouts per inning, which is pretty dang impressive and explains why the Wildcat offense is struggling to get some runs here in this game. There's a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the center fielder, Olson. Down in the turf, I mean. Count is full. Moiner walks it off. Back to the mound. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3.
Number 6, Brinley Stapleton.
That'll bring up the catcher, Brinley Stapleton. Two balls quickly to Stapleton. Swung on. Another little blooper to the shortstop for the third out of the inning. As the shortstop, Peyton Barney, takes the blooper line drive from Bowen and the blooper line drive from Stapleton for the first and final out of this inning. That'll take us to the top of the 6th. Cougars up 7-2. Okay, the Cougars send up to the plate the center fielder, Teddy Oline.
Number 6, Oline.
Clegg still on the mound. She came into relief last inning for Louder. Just inside, ball 1. Up high, ball 2. Swung on, deep shot to the fence in between the gap of center and right field. And the right fielder, Sarah Duke, throws that one into ace. Stand up double there for Oline. Oline having a very offensive evening. That'll bring up the pitcher, Hallie Moiner. So Cougars with the leadoff base runner on second. That ball is mishandled by the third baseman, Louder, as Moiner will reach on an error. That'll bring up Callie Duncan, number 3. There's the throw down to the shortstop, Bowen. as number 15 speed up runner Aaliyah Martin, who's running for Moyner, takes second base. Here's the pitch to Duncan. Called ball one. Over the inside corner, strike one, two. There's a fair ball just inside the line. It's going to score 2 runs. And looks like Duncan will head to second base. Because that ball definitely had to reach the fence for all that to happen. That'll bring in the speed up runner, number 21, Gracie Avila, to run for the catcher, Duncan. Comes off with a nice double. That'll bring up the shortstop, Peyton Barney. There's a blooper right over the shortstop's outreached hands of Bowen. Hits the ground, unable to make that play. That's a base hit for sure. And they try to stretch it out as Barney reaches for second base. But the heads-up play by Louder over to Ace. They tag her out for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Kyrie Meekum. Cougars trying to catch the Cats sleeping there, but the Cats were not able to pick up a bonus out here in this inning. Here's the pitch from Clegg. Strike one. To the right side, foul territory and out of play as Ace tries to run that one down. No balls, 2 strikes. Here to the left fielder, Meekum. Runner on third base with 1 out. Another one out of play. Up high, ball 1. Foul ball. Ball 2. Clegg tries to throw the change up there, just a little high out of the zone. That's going to be a foul ball. Count remains 2-2. Down low. Oh, the throw down to third base by Stapleton. The Louder nails out the runner, number 21, Gracie Avila. What a heads-up play by the catcher, Stapleton. Help out her defense. There's a ground ball up the middle, right past the outstretched hands of Bowen. Base hit for Meekum, so Cougars could have squeezed one more run out of that one, but got caught on the bases. still with a pretty hefty lead, 9-2, in the top of this sixth inning. So that'll bring up the right fielder, top of the order, Char Kessler. Char with another slap. Fielded in fair territory. Stapleton with back-to-back defensive plays to help her team get out of this jam. 9-2. Cougars on top as we move into the bottom of the sixth. All right, Wildcats sending their first baseman, Emma Broadbent, to the plate. Start the bottom of this sixth inning. They need some runs, which starts with base runners. So let's see what Emma can do to get on base. Moyner pitching a fantastic game. Strike one. Swung on, foul ball out of play. Strike two. Hard hit ground ball to the second baseman, Drew Kessler, who fires over to first for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 18, Javian Clay.
That'll bring up the pitcher, Javian Clegg, with one out. Up high, ball one. Swung on and missed, strike one. Foul ball, strike two. Down low in the turf. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Moyner. Right over the middle of the plate for strike three. That'll bring up the second baseman, number 9, Addie Aist. Foul ball out of play. Moyner's got to be pretty close to about 8 strikeouts or so in this game. A little behind her average. One ball, one strike, as Coach Reedhead yells out some orders to his batter. That's going to be called strike two. Ooh, just low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the second baseman with 2 outs. Her team down by 7. That's going to be in foul territory, caught by the right fielder, Char Kessler, for the final out of the inning. The Wildcats will have one more chance as we move into the 7th inning. Cougars send up their first baseman, Caden Kettle, up to the plate. Ball 1. Hard hit ball. Malia Olson runs over, makes the play for the first out in the inning as she slides towards the left field side. That'll bring up number 9, the designated player, Molly Rasmussen. High fly ball. Olson's going to try and get under that one. She does and makes the play. Back-to-back outs for the center fielder, Malia Olson. 2 down. That'll bring up number 11, the third baseman, Paisley Parrish. Hard hit ball to the left side over the outstretched hands of Sydney Crystal. Standing on second baseman is Parrish. Tough one to catch, but she could have got her glove on it. I surely wouldn't have. There's the pitch from Clegg. Hard hit ball to the fence. Going back, and gone. Goodbye. Was that Teddy Oline again? Oline with her second 2-run homer of the game. What an offensive showing for Oline. Puts her team up 11-2 here in the top of the 7th inning. Up will be Haley Moyner, who pops up. High fly ball, right side of the field, and Ace gets under it for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Cougars get 2 more insurance runs off the second 2-run home run from center fielder Teddy Oline. They're up 11-2 as the Wildcats have one more chance. Wildcats down to their last 3 outs as they are down by 9 runs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Mostly due to Union's ace pitcher, Haley Moyner, just throwing a fabulous game. Toshlin Louder up to bat. Takes strike 1. Moyner not losing any zip at all. Still throwing that ball with some power. A little outside, ball 1. Louder hits a hard shot to the center fielder who has to jump up and makes the play as Teddy O'Lean, a great defensive play, robbing Louder of an extra base hit. O'Lean having a heck of a game. That'll bring up Kiana Giardo. Up high. She lays off that one. Ball 1. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike. Strike 2. Two and 2 count here to Kiana. 1 out. Here's the pitch from Moyner. Swung on above her head. Strike 3. So 2 outs. Wildcats down to their last batter. Right fielder, sophomore Sarah Duke. Tell you what, after watching this Union team play today, I'd expect them to go far, make a deep run in the playoffs. One heck of a pitcher and a pretty dang good offense as well. Duke fouls that one off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Are they really? Just heard they're currently sitting number 1 in 3A, and we can see why. There's a base hit. Sarah Duke says, not yet. She hits one right up the middle.
Now batting number 3, Mariah Bowen.
That'll bring up the senior shortstop, leadoff hitter, Mariah Bowen. Mariah scored one of the 2 runs put up by the Wildcats as she hits a fly ball in the left field. And the left fielder, Kyrie Meekum, gets under that one to end this game. 11-2, Cougars take down the Wildcats. As I just said, Cougars are sitting number 1 currently in 3A. And I can see why with this amazing pitcher, Haley Moyner, being able to throw the way she does and control it the way she does. I expect them to go far. Great game. Glad you all joined us. We will be back for baseball on Thursday. If you'd like to join us.